What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to 6 Scale Reviews. It's Dan, and we have another 6 scale figure unboxing for you guys. It is, of course, the InArt 1/6 scale The Batman, the Robert Pattinson Batman. This is the rooted single pack, or the premium rooted, whatever it's called. So this only comes with one figure, and it is the Batman and the Bat suit. It doesn't come with the regular Bruce Wayne. It doesn't come with the Bat Signal. It is just the Batman figure with, of course, the premium rooted hair. That's what this is. And if you're asking where I got it from, how I have it so early, and it's going to be crazy, I'm going to say it, but this actually showed up from Toys Wonderland. Yes, I said it. That's fucking insane. Now, the reason why it showed up is because I personally had to message Toys Wonderland themselves and bug and beg the absolute crap out of them for them to ship this thing, and it actually finally showed up. Yeah, I mean, I have nothing positive to say about them. I'm not here. I pre-ordered this 2 years ago, and I was not, honestly, I thought this money was gone. I thought it was. I have two more on pre-order as well from Spec Fiction and from Pop Collectibles, and I haven't received either of those yet. So this is the first one to show up, and it was from Toys Wonderland, which is crazy. Not affiliated with them, nor any other company. I just had to be honest and tell you where the hell this thing showed up from, and that's where it showed up from, of all places. So there, take that what you will from the information that I'm giving you, but if you bug them long enough, you might get your stuff. I don't know. That's just my experience. I'm not a big YouTuber. I don't plan on, this isn't a career for me. I do this for fun. So this showing up, I have absolutely zero pull in this 1/6 game. I'm just telling you guys right now. So if I just messaged them as a regular consumer and asked them to ship my goddamn things, and it showed up. So there it is. That's my spiel, and this is the figure. I'm happy it showed up. Actually, I'm really glad. So yeah, they did it. I don't know what else to say, but either way, let's get on with the review, guys. Let's go ahead and take off this super shiny plastic covering of the box here. Take this off, set it off to the side, and this is the box. Now you can kind of see that there's supposed to be a Batman and the Batman signal. It's like a signal sign right here. Supposedly, if you heat this up, which I'm not gonna do to my box, this will come up very bright. I'm not about to do that because I'm not. So I'm gonna just go ahead and open this box up. As you can see, there's all the warning labels and stuff here on the bottom. It's a pretty plain box, actually. It's nothing too simple, or it's very simple, nothing too crazy. It says, "I am the shadows" here on the back, and apparently if you, move this or whatever, these things are supposed to look like they're flapping. I'm not sure how it works, but apparently it is there. So, another thing over here, it says 1/6 scale InArt Premium, the Batman Premium version. But anyways, let's go ahead and open this guy up for the first time, because why not? So, on opening it, we see this. I guess it looks like a puzzle almost of the figure. We'll go ahead and slide it over, and this is all the stuff that is in the box. Let's see if I can get a better angle. So you can see the operation guide with their famous little envelope in here. It actually has a cutout now. That's kind of nice. And then here it is. Here is the Batman, all of the accessories. There's, I believe, there's 3 trays. 2 trays, sorry. Oh, wait, there is 3. There is 3 trays. There you have the base, the cape, head sculpt on the bottom. Some accessories are here. I'm going to go ahead and take out all of this stuff, get it all organized, and let's see what he comes with. Alright, everybody, here are all the accessories for InArt Batman. I'm not going to go through every single one because, as you can see, there's an absolute shit ton. There's just way too many for me to sit here. We're going to be here all day if I try to go through every single little accessory here. So I'm just going to show you the big ones. I know everybody would like to see here are the head sculpts. So I know that's like a big one for a lot of folks. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the head sculpt. And I think, truly, it looks absolutely fantastic. I mean, this looks night and day better than the Hot Toys one, and I'm going to try not to compare the Hot Toys one to this in this video because, like I said, I don't want to make an hour-long video because I'm sure this one's going to be pretty lengthy already. So maybe I'll do a separate video for that, but I mean, you can just see just how beautiful this head sculpt is. It looks really good in my opinion. Like that's almost that's like a 9 out of 10. Like that is near perfection. That's Robert Pattinson through and through, in my opinion. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. But I think this looks absolutely fantastic. Yeah, InArt's been killing it with the head sculpts, man. I mean, you really can't deny it anymore. I mean, this is this is my third InArt figure in hand, and it looks incredible. I mean, it really does. Like the Pennywise was amazing. The InArt Joker was amazing. And now the Robert Pattinson head sculpt is fantastic. It really is. I'm gonna show you guys the cowl now with the the Batman cowl. I think this looks really good as well. This is this is a really good head sculpt as well. I think it looks just like him. I know people were complaining about how the head like meets up with the neck, how there's too much gap. I kind of agree with you that there's a bit too much gappage right there. But I think what I'm gonna try to do is maybe heat up that neck and try to see if I can squeeze it. See if I can squeeze it to get a tighter fit. I don't know. It's not a big deal to me, but at the same time, it's a little unsightly. But it is what it is. Putting that down, there's an absolute whole bunch of them. Like I said, this is how the figure comes out the box. No anything on here. You can tell that bat suit looks fantastic. It's just, yeah, it just looks really good. Everything out the box is just absolutely fantastic. There's just an absolute shit ton of accessories. The cape here, it looks pretty good. It's a little too clean for my opinion. Like the weathering is a little too obvious down the bottom. It's a nice little speckling, but nothing too crazy. And it feels thick. It feels like a good material. But we'll see. We'll see how I feel about it afterward. The Hot Toys one is a little bit paper thin. This one feels a little bit better, but maybe a custom one will be nice down the road. And then we'll take a look at the base here. This is the base with that, you can do this little pop thingy. I haven't done it yet, so I'll do that in a second. Where you can slide the magnets. I don't even really plan on using this base, to be honest, but it is here. It looks good. It says the Batman. It's weathered very nicely. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, put the figure together with all of the straps and accessories and all that. We'll take an in-depth look at it, and then then we'll go from there. Let's go. All right, everybody, here he is, finally put together. Is the InArt Batman. And this thing, honestly, man, it looks fucking incredible. Now, putting it together was it was a different story, man. If I'm being honest with you guys, putting on the belt, I shit you not, took me about an hour just to make it look right and make it look good, along with the straps, because they are all real straps. Like that's a real buckle. Like these are real straps right here. Like it's cool that like we have that, and that's we get to put it together. But at the same time, it is a pain in the ass to make it all look nice and tight. To get in, tightening to the belt, like it's a process. It's definitely it's a little frustrating for some people. I just sat there and took my time and I did it. As long as as well as like putting on the cape, like trying to make it look nice, because that's kind of the point of these things, man, is to make them look nice. I'm not gonna rush and make the cape look like shit, because I've seen some reviews and like I definitely was not impressed by the way some people have displayed them or put them together. Like the cape looks awkward, it looks weird, or like the way they have it velcro, like the chest plate being too high or too low. It's a little bit weird to find that sweet spot, because everything on this figure moves, and I'm talking everything. The suit from the body itself on the inside moves. It's loose enough to do that, which I do like, because in terms of articulation, this thing can pose like a motherfucker, especially if you read the instructions, which I always encourage everybody to do, especially with these InArt pieces, because they're so expensive. You really don't want to fuck anything up. This, look how you can see the range of motion for these figures, and it tells you exactly what they can do. Even with all the clothing, it can do pretty much everything it says it can. So always read these, always take your time, be cautious, because putting on that belt was very scary. It was annoying, but I got it to work. I definitely got it to work. And this is the final result. I have all the pouches on, all the pouches in. you know, all the different gadgets. I got the sticky bomb gun in the holster, and it looks great, man. I mean, honestly, like it looks incredible. Those proportions look great. I mean, yeah, I don't know what else to say. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. I'm gonna go ahead switch mouth plates, but before I do that, I do kind of want to show the rolling eyes are on the inside right here. You can kind of see those little knobs right there, the little gray ones. So that's what will move the eyes here, and it's cool. You can really get them to, you know, emote differently with the eyes because that's what Batman does. And I think it looks great. I kind of fucked up the eye there, but you get the point that I'm trying to get here. And then also on my copy of the figure, you know, it's supposed to be magnetic, but my whole piece kind of comes out easily. So you kind of got to detach the magnet, and they're very strong. I got to do it off camera because of how difficult it is. But this little neck adapter is very strong. It snaps into this very easily. It's just a kind of a pain in the ass when you're swapping the head sculpts because this wants to come with it. But this does go on. You snap it in. You heard it there. And like I said, these things are real and they go flying. So be careful when handling the figure. There's a lot of little pieces on this thing. You just don't want to break shit or shit go flying. So be careful when you're handling it. This grenade or the sticky bomb tends to go flying. So yeah, it gets to a point where it's a little annoying because everything moves. There's so many parts to it, but at the end of the day, what you want is the look. But yeah, that's just how the head sculpt comes on and off. And a little bit of a tip too. What I've noticed when I try putting the head sculpt on, if this ball joint is like tilted forward, like this, what happens is when I put this on, it fucks with the eyes and it makes them all crazy. So my tip, I guess, is when you're putting the head sculpt on, tilt this part back, like so. Tilt it back, so when you slide the head sculpt on, you avoid hitting your eyes, and it just goes right in like that. And then you won't have a problem. But there it is right there, like that. But, meanwhile, let's switch to head sculpts. Because, I mean, this thing looks fantastic. Everyone's saying he has a little head. So I'm here to kind of try to put an end to it and see what this figure is really about, what it looks like on the body. Just snaps in like that. And kind of adjust the collar because the collar it's on Velcro as well, so it kind of slides around. So you just kind of really play with it. But there is the head sculpt. I don't think it looks bad. It looks a little small, just a little bit. It's not terrible, like the way people have made it seem, or I've seen even photoshops of it where he looks like, you know, a tiny little head from Beetlejuice. That's not the case at all. I think what really kind of gives this illusion that his head is super tiny is the fact that there's so much space in this collar that it just makes his head look small. But in person, like looking at it, like the camera doesn't do it justice, but it looks very proportionate. It doesn't look bad. It could be slightly undersized, but it's really not noticeable. Because, I mean, the head's going to be bigger when you wear a mask, so. Yeah. But here's that head sculpt, man. This thing looks fucking fantastic. I mean, I don't know what else to say besides it looks fucking incredible, guys. What do you guys think? In my opinion, in my eyes, this looks just like Robert Pattinson. With the bat, you know, with everything, with the bat suit on, that looks just like him as he did in that scene when he took off his cowl. The hair did come a little flat, like a little like smushed kind of, because it came in a plastic wrap inside that little canister thing. But I just kind of styled his hair a little bit to kind of fray over his face. And that was pretty much it. That's all I did. And I think it looks great. No other styling that I've had to do. This back piece is where the... sorry, I didn't get that on camera. This back piece is where the eyes are stored. So you lift this back piece up and then you can play with the eyes. I wouldn't suggest doing it while it's on the figure. I would take the head sculpt off, play with the eyes, and put it back. Just because you don't want to... You can see how the hair kind of tucks in the back. You kind of don't want to mess with that. So I would just be careful. You can see there's a couple of strays here, like this guy right here. I think it's from the top. But nonetheless, you just want to take the head sculpt off when you're messing with the eyes. But other than that, man, this thing looks absolutely incredible. I mean, really, I'm blown away. Even the details on the suit, you can see that dirty weathering on it everywhere, even down to the gloves. I mean, you can just see all that detail everywhere. It looks fantastic. InArt did a really good job, and at the same time making this a quality figure, and it's still being able to pose. Because, like I said, this fabric, this is all fabric, and this is not like a thick fabric. There's no fat suit underneath. Like you can see, like I'm pinching the fabric. There's a lot of space under there, especially in the torso area. You can really there's some space in there, so you can get some really good crunch. I don't want to start messing with the articulation right here because then shit's gonna go flying. But I'll just show you the articulation with the poses I do, and you'll see what I'm talking about. And then really quick, I just kind of wanted to talk about this base. So I finally got this thing open, and it was a pain in the ass because my copy did not want to open. This is that whole little magnet system. That's weird. It's cool, but at the same time, it's like I didn't really find it necessary. I think it's fine. I do really like the way the figure looks on the base, and I'll show that later. But I mean, yeah, all that detail looks absolutely incredible. Really nice. I'm regretting not getting the bat signal just because of how cool this base is. But yeah, really happy with the way this thing came out, man. Hell of a piece. Definitely can't wait to pose it. And I'm going to show you guys a comparison with this and the Hot Toys just really quick. And then before, I'm not going to get too far into it just because, you know, I want to make a separate video for that. So let's go ahead, play out their figure out, and then we'll see what they look like side by side. All right, everybody, here are the two Batmen. I have the InArt one on the left and the Hot Toys one on the right. And I just want to keep in mind that the Hot Toys one, that head is not connected all the way in because of the obvious hair issue. So I just kind of have it floating there. That's why if it looks weird, that's kind of why. But off the bat, you can already tell just the proportions on the bodies alone are just way different. The suits, they're pretty identical, but you can see, you know, just generally this one has more like a V taper, and this one's a little bit more boxy, more rectangular around the waist. The shoulders are a lot more broad on this one, and then, you know, just those are just the obvious things that I think are just popping out to my eye right now. The Hot Toys head looks a little large now in comparison. My camera decides to freak out. The head looks a little large for the body, but also at the same time, now this one looks pretty small, but not really. It just looks a little undersized compared to his like chest, you know, shoulder width ratio. So it's a little bit different. They're two different figures entirely. I know they're meant to compete with each other, but I think, you know, in terms of the better looking one, I think I'm gonna have to give it to InArt. That's not saying that the Hot Toys one is any like worse or anything. It's an amazing figure. It's a great figure. But I think in terms of overall look, quality, and you know, it's rooted hair versus sculpted hair, man. This is not. It's not rocket science. Like they're kind of hard to compare, but this is all I have. I didn't get the sculpted version of the Batman, so that's just kind of what I'm comparing to in terms of the head sculpts. But just mainly talking about the suit, the suits just look totally different, you know, like even down to the padding, the abs. It just looks different. The belt looks different. It's a different piece, man. Just look at the hands. The hands look massive on the Hot Toys in comparison to the InArt one. But I think the InArt one is just more proportionally scaled in terms of like looking like an actual human, you know. Because if you really look at it, really look at the the Hot Toys one, like he's got big hands and a big head, and then his torso looks a little small. So that's kind of where it comes in, and also he has no traps, so he's kind of just square right around like the neck area right here. So that I've tried to put pads in there as well to kind of help out, but it doesn't really do much. This has a way more of a natural curvature around the shoulders and trap area, so I think Hot Toys or InArt did a really good job with that. But like I said, both figures are great. If you have both or able to afford both, I'd say go for it. But Honestly, the Hot Toys one is definitely a lot cheaper than the InArt one. The InArt one, this rooted one alone, I believe was I think 450 or 500, whatever, 550 um, before shipping. So it really just, it really depends on what you're able to afford, what you like, and you know what you want to have in your collection. Because nobody else is gonna really tell you you know what you're gonna do with your collection. So, people are bitching and complaining. Oh, InArt's this, InArt's better. No, Hot Toys is better. Like both companies can make two great figures, and I think that's what we got an example for here. Like I said, one is definitely trying to be a lot more premium with the way they're coming out and the way they're advertising it and the way that's coming off. And this is a lot more in the more affordable um, collectible range. Like this is like really, really, really high end. This is high end, but not to such a point where it's pricing people out. Like it's still a pricey piece. Don't get me wrong. If you get the Batman and Bat Signal Deluxe, this thing is running you $5.95 or something like that, or $5.15. I can't remember from Sideshow. So this thing is, if you get the full set, it's not cheap at all. But then again, when you get this one, the full set is over $1,000, I believe. So really, it's none of it's fucking cheap. None of it is, this is all just nice things to have. It's in terms of collecting, man. Like this, none of this is absolutely necessary for life. These are just fucking toys at the end of the day. But for me, my preference and what I looks better to my eyes is the InArt one. I think the InArt one kind of wins in this battle for me in terms of being the better Batman figure out of the two. Um, but that doesn't mean that Hot Toys is bad or anything like that. I've never said that. I've never said that in my videos. I've never said it in any live streams. But a lot of people like to bitch and complain and put words in people's mouth that just aren't true. So, like I said, both great figures, but I think InArt kind of edges them on this one. But let me go ahead. I'm gonna switch to the cowls and we'll compare those two. Alrighty, folks. Here we are with the cowls on, and like I said before, I think InArt is got him, man. I think they got it, man. I mean, like I said, the Hot Toys one looks good. It does. But man, when I look at that InArt one, that looks like a human being to me. And on top of that, I think the likeness, it looks just like Robert Pattinson, in my opinion. And it's hard, honestly, man. Like when I look here on my screen on my camera, and when I look in person, I don't know why, but the camera just doesn't really kind of give the NR1 the justice that I feel like it needs. Because when I look at that thing in person, I'm looking at it with my own two eyes. I see nothing but Robert Pattinson. I look at the Hot Toys one with my own eyes, and I kind of can't see it too much in comparison. Because the Hot Toys one does look like him, but in certain angles. Because we know that Hot Toys is trying to capture a moving person. People we move all the time. Our face moves. Our face changes constantly. So trying to capture one person's likeness in one freeze frame is like nearly impossible to perfect, and it's hard to do. So I think from certain perspectives, one figure can look more like Robert Pattinson than the other. But that's just me. That's my opinion. I still think the NR one just slightly edges it. Um, and as you can kind of see, the Hot Toys one is a bit more bulbous up towards the top. You see, it's kind of more like a like a it's a bit more like rounded, whereas the NR one is a little bit smaller, a little bit more sleek. It's kind of skinnier head as well. Um, but I think the neck and everything, that whole neck area, looks a lot better than the Hot Toys one because this looks a lot more compact. The collar isn't exactly accurate, and also the cape is also not quite accurate because it crosses over as well. But it's just swapping out that neck piece is a pain in the ass. Like it's a pain in the ass. Both figures have both things about them that are just absolute pains in the asses, and it's just it is what it is when it comes to figures, man. None of them are going to be perfect. Neither one is perfect, but like I said, I think the NR one kind of takes this battle. That being said, I'm done with the comparisons. I'll do a separate comparison video, more in depth, more in detail, and yeah, we'll talk about this more later. But anyways, on to the poses. Let's go. just want to say that InArt did a really amazing job with this figure, man. Overall, the aesthetics, the looks of this thing are absolutely incredible. It poses very nicely. Um, I couldn't quite get it on the bat cycle, just like the Hot Toys one is very difficult. It's just, I think it's just the way the Hot Toys one was made is just incorrect, and it's not really meant for anybody to really ride it. But nonetheless, it's a cool accessory to have there in the background, just like so. I'm also waiting on the Jazz Inc. The Batmobile from the 22 movie as well. So I'll be doing a video on that when, and then having him posed up with that will look amazing as well. Going back to the figure though, just my final thoughts on it. Like I said, I think it's an amazing figure. It does have some tedious little things about it, like the belt, the straps, all of that stuff is very tedious, and it gets a little frustrating if it doesn't look right. At least for me. Futzing with the cape is also another thing that was kind of it was just annoying. Mainly because it doesn't drape the way you want it to, at least towards the bottom of the cape. And as nice as the cape is, like it is absolutely beautiful cape. Like aesthetic wise, looking at it, the weathering, the texture, the feel of it has a really nice weight to it. It feels great in hand, but like once you're trying to sit there and pose it, when it's just kind of a static pose, it does not drape well just because it's a wired cape. I wish InArt would have gave us a second cape, one wired and one drape. That would have made that so much easier, so much better. I know they're doing that for their upcoming Superman release where they're giving two capes. Not sure why they didn't go that route with this, but it's fine either way. I'm going to get a custom cape for it, and I'll just have to deal with it. But nonetheless, I still think the figure looks great. The cape looks great. Like, it all works very well. It's just, when it comes time to posing to futz with it, it's a little frustrating, and that's kind of just one of those things. Also, I've seen complaints about the hands on InArt figures, and yeah, they're not as like strong as one would think, but I think they're okay, especially on these. The gauntlets definitely help. I think that's fine. And overall, I think the figure, just like I said, it's a great figure. This thing is amazing. The base is cool. The magnets move. I think that's pretty cool. It's kind of warmed up on me now that I've been using it, posing this thing for a couple of days. It's really, yeah, it's a lot to take in, man. There's a lot of things with this figure, but I think aesthetically, what really sets this figure above all is the way it looks, the accuracy, the likeness. All of that really just sets this figure apart from any other, version. The Robert Pattinson versions out there, including Hot Toys or any other scale. Even it's better than even some of the J&D statues. This is in my opinion, this is the best Robert Pattinson Batman collectible out there in the market right now. That's just my opinion. That's what I think. But that likeness and everything about it is just incredible. It really is. Like I said before, earlier in the video, that's not to shit on Hot Toys or anything. Their figures are great. But this is just one step above that. So there's nothing wrong with saying both figures are great, because they are. They're just two different levels of collectibles, man. That's just what it is. That being said, I'm trying to wrap up this video here. I know it's a lot. It's a long video. It's been a lot to take in. It's been a lot to make this video. So please hit that like button and subscribe, guys. I put a lot into these videos, and it takes a lot of time. And I just really appreciate if you guys would hit that like button or subscribe if you enjoy the content. But that being said, let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Are you picking this guy up? Are you getting the sculpted? Are you getting the rooted? Are you getting the all-in set? I only got the middle road. I went the single rooted, so that's kind of where I'm at. But like I said, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm really interested to hear what you guys think of this figure, because I think it's phenomenal, and I just want to see what you guys think. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of it. Let me know where you're getting it from, and yeah, this isn't gonna be a whole TW war down there. I'm gonna block some of those comments if you guys start just going in on TW. I'm not customer service or anything. I ain't related to nothing with Toys Wonderland. I just bugged the shit out of them so they can finally ship my thing. I suggest you do the same. And if you have any, I guess, issues, I can try to help, but it's not gonna really do much. So either way, that being said, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you if you stuck around to the end, and we'll see you guys later. Peace out.